Speaking as president of the MTEA, I was an educational assistant for a couple of years before I became a teacher. And I know how little the educational assistants get paid. I want to thank you for listening to your constituents, your employees, many of them, and the educators of our children. And I know that we're here, as the superintendent says, to do what's right for kids. Part of doing what's right for kids, though, means to make sure that we can attract and retain quality educators who are healthy, who will do what they've been doing well for many years. And that's a lot of our educational assistants. So it's all connected. I think I'm going to talk about long-term and short-term. In the long term, I'd ask you to immediately set up a task force with union leaders, administrators, and boards from all the public institutions in the county. MATC, the county, the city, the sewage system, and other school districts in the county, so that we could pool all employees together to try to reduce the cost of health care in the long term. That's something that I know that the union folks are willing to do. Others, we've talked about this. We should do it now and not wait. In terms of the short term, I'd ask that you ask the administration to cost out certain possibilities to improve the health care for our EAs. One certainly would be, what would it cost to reduce the deductible? Reduce it substantially so people can use the insurance. Our estimate says that over 60% of our employees wouldn't use the insurance because the costs are so high. Secondly, I ask you, what would it cost to keep the coverage for 20 hours employees and up? I'm fearful that you might say only people 30 hours and up can have the coverage. So cost it out before you make those hard decisions. Thirdly, I'd ask you to think about this. You made, in November, you passed the new rule in terms of health care. The problem is, it's not going to be until this November that our EAs are going to be able to shift from the PPO to the EPO. So what it means is, say even somebody wants to shift to the EPO, in September they're going to be paying for a family plan $234. If they were on the EPO, it'd be $83. Now I'm talking about the premium cost, not the deductible or anything. That's good. $150 difference for September, and for October, that's $300. Is there a way for the school board to intervene so that people who want to go into the EPO in November, because of an open enrollment period in October, could change and not incur that cost of $300? That's very, very specific. I think I just ask you to list up two other short-term things that I'll wrap up. One is to continue to listen. Listen hard to the stories people are telling. I'm not going to try to repeat everything. The one thing I will say in terms of what I think is true is that Badger Care is only available for people who don't have an employer who offers insurance. So I'm not convinced any of the people can get it, and it's not even their children. So that's a problem. So Badger Care isn't an option for our employees. And finally, we know why we're here. We're here for kids. But the real cause we're here tonight is because somebody who lives 85 miles west of Milwaukee. And the most powerful short-term thing we can all do is make sure that all our friends, neighbors, and relatives vote on June 5th. Thank you very much.
I called up 3 names here. I want to